Good afternoon, and please be seated. Well, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the White Coat Ceremony for the University of Dubuque PA Class of 2025. Woohoo is right. Today we celebrate the rite of passage of 29 students from the classroom to the clinical setting. The White Coat Ceremony represents the transition to direct patient care in the 11-month clinical phase following their successful completion of the last 15 months of classroom training. First, let me begin by thanking family, friends, and mentors joining us here or virtually who have been the rock for these students on their journey to a career in medicine. You are one step closer today, and your support is going to be critical as they navigate this next year in the clinical phase without their classmates sitting right next to them. Those phone calls, care packages, home-cooked meals mean the world to them and help them stay connected and grounded. So thank you for your ongoing support. I'd also like to recognize the faculty for their continued work to educate students for the clinical phase. It does not go unnoticed. Thank you for sharing your passion, knowledge, and time to prepare students for a successful clinical year. And our amazing staff, if they'll please stand, who we are blessed to have on our team: Addie, Christine, Nicole, Christy, and Patrice. Your work is the gift that keeps on giving, and we are grateful for all you do to ensure the program and student success. And of course, the class of 2025. Are you ready for this? We've been watching the countdown on the board for the last 4 terms, and the moment is finally here. We're excited to see you take this next step, but also know the challenges that come with this transition, as you no longer are surrounded by the classmates you've shared a classroom with for the last 15 months. New faces, new experiences, new locations, pretty much new everything. And while new is exciting, yet nerve-wracking, you also have the comfort of tried and true: family, friendships, study habits maybe, and hobbies. Lean into those as you adjust to this new and establish new relationships and new habits. Most importantly, enjoy the ride. It will be the fastest and slowest year all at the same time, with ups and downs all along the way. So hang on tight, but on occasion, maybe let go and put your hands up in the air and appreciate how far you've come already. It's my pleasure to now invite our university's president, Dr. Travis Frampton, to offer the invocation.
Well, this is a significant moment, a liminal moment, a threshold that you'll be crossing, and a rite of passage. So congratulations. If you will, please pray with me. Gracious God, we gather here today in celebration as these graduates take the next step in their journey of service, knowledge, and healing. We give thanks for their perseverance, their compassion, and their commitment to a calling that will bring comfort and hope to many. Bless these students as they don the white coat, a symbol of trust, integrity, and responsibility. May it remind them not only of the knowledge and skill they are developing, but also of the empathy and humanity required in their role as caregivers. We lift up their families, friends, and loved ones who have supported and encouraged them along the way. May they feel the pride of this moment and continue to be sources of strength and inspiration. We also give thanks for the mentors, educators, and colleagues who have guided these students, sharing their wisdom and helping them to shape the next generation of healthcare providers. As these students move forward, may they be filled with courage to face challenges, wisdom to make sound decisions, and compassion to serve with humility and grace. May they always strive to honor the trust placed in them and to bring healing and dignity to all those in need. In this moment, we ask for blessings of guidance and peace upon all present, and may this ceremony be a reminder of the profound impact that dedication and service can have on the world. Amen.
it might be a little taller. On behalf of the entire University of Dubuque community, welcome to this special moment in the lives of PA Class 2025. Proud family and friends, we're especially glad to welcome you. We understand the prayerful support you provide as these students work hard every day, often long into the night, to become gifted PAs. For well over a century, the motto of the University of Dubuque has been, "Many gifts, one spirit," all serving the church and the world. It's based on a passage from the Bible, 1 Corinthians 12. The words, "many gifts, one spirit," can be found on the university seal, right there. They're in German, which is the language of instruction back in 1852 when UD was founded. Students, you may not know it, but this motto is responsible for you being here on stage this afternoon. It was over 2 years ago when you, along with several hundred others, applied to UD's PA program. The faculty and staff had a really challenging job of deciding from all of the qualified candidates who would fill that limited number of positions we have in this program. And you made it to the top of the list. Do you know what got you to the top of that list? You may think it was academic excellence. It was not your intellectual gift alone. All those hundreds of applicants had intellectual gifts, I guarantee it. You brought a robust set of gifts, like teamwork and compassion and humility. And from what I saw of your skit, your gift of creativity runs very strong in this class. You're here today because UD saw in each one of you a personification of our university motto, "Many gifts, one spirit, all serving church and the world." Today, we celebrate a new phase in your embodiment of this motto. Up to this point, your primary focus has been on strengthening and deepening your gifts. Now, as you move on to the clinical phase and you recite that precious PA oath, your focus shifts to using your gifts in service to the world. What I'm describing here, where gifts and passions and commitments meet the significant needs out there in the world, that's what we at UD consider a calling. We believe that you are being called to use your gifts to serve the world as a PA. You already know that I get teary, right? Yeah, they saw that at the skits. Today marks a significant milestone in your journey to becoming compassionate and skilled healthcare providers. The white coat you will soon wear is more than just a garment. It is a symbol of your call to the profession, a symbol of the trust and responsibility you will carry as a PA. As you wear your white coat in the clinical setting, wear it with the confidence that we believe in you. We believe in your many gifts, and we believe in your ability to serve the world. Go with encouragement that every clinical encounter is an opportunity to live into your calling. Many gifts, one spirit, serving the church and the world. Congratulations.
We're getting there. Okay. Good afternoon. It is my privilege to announce the recipient of the Student Leadership Award. This award honors a second-year PA student who contributes significantly to their class and the program by persona, example, and deeds. This student has left an indelible mark on fellow members of the class and others associated with the program, including the medical community. This student truly exemplifies the mission, vision, and values of the University of Dubuque PA program and is engaged inside and outside of the classroom. This award is voted on by first and second year PA students, faculty, and staff. The Student Leadership Award recipient for the class of 2025 is Thea Mock.
I am pleased this afternoon to introduce today's keynote speaker, Alex Nagel-Orth, from the UDPA graduating class of 2024, earning his Master of Science in Physician Assistant Studies just this morning. Yeah, bring it. Yeah, give him. That's right. In his time with us at UDPA, Alex was an involved student. He served as the program's Student Academy representative to the American Academy of Physician Associates, helping coordinate the program's first student trip to the annual AAPA conference and their participation in the Society of Point of Care Ultrasound competition. He also participated in many UDPA volunteering events, was an active member of the UDPA Wellness Committee, and helped organize the program's Project Access workshops, introducing healthcare careers to local students. Alex was the recipient of the University of Dubuque Master of Science in Physician Assistant Studies, Class of 2024 Student Leadership Award. He received the Most Accomplished UD MSPAS Systematic Literature Review Award for his capstone research, and was inducted into the Pi Alpha National Honor Society for his academic excellence and service in the UDPA program. After graduation, Alex plans to work in the field of either family medicine or pediatrics. Consistent with UDPA's mission, Alex hopes to use his background in public health and primary care to improve rural health outcomes. We are proud to have Alex representing UDPA, excited for his career ahead, and looking forward to hearing today his advice for the UDPA class of 2025 as they enter their clinical year. Please help me welcome to the podium PA Alex Nagel-Orth.
Thank you, Dr. Wolbers, for the kind introduction. I am honored to have the privilege today to speak to the class of 2025 as they partake in their white coat ceremony. The white coat ceremony is such a special moment on your pathway to becoming a PA and highlights all of the hard work and sacrifice you've undertaken to make it to this point. From completing undergraduate coursework to acquiring meaningful healthcare experience, you all worked extremely hard to get accepted into the UDA program. And of course, once you got in, the program never let up. Since day one, you have been challenged with examinations, sometimes 2 or 3 in 1 week, clinical OSCEs, projects, presentations, and late night study sessions far too numerous to count. But beyond the general challenges of PA school, this class has been able to achieve significantly more. Yes, the class of 2025 has gone where no previous UDPA class has ever gone before. And by that, I mean they literally had to take classes outside of the PA building. But on a more serious note, I have enjoyed getting to see all the achievements of this class over the past year. I loved watching you all continue the many UDPA traditions that we hold dear, whether that be serving others through Relay for Life, through the Boys and Girls Club, representing UDPA at the annual conference, or creating an award-winning and stunning talent show act. And as a fellow talent show enthusiast, I will say I was very, very impressed. It has also been fun to see the new and creative ways that you've added to the UDPA program, things like volunteering for the local emergency services or developing the first Quiz Bowl team at UDPA. Yes, this class has clearly left its mark on the UDPA program. So today, as we celebrate these accomplishments, I would like to pass on the same advice that last year's speaker gave to our cohort. Seize the moment of this day. Amongst the excitement of speeches and fanfare, take time to remember the sights around you and the sounds of the moment. Take a look around the room at all the people that are here supporting you today. Your family and friends, the faculty, your classmates who have been there with you every step of the way. All of these people will continue to be your support today and in your clinical year. Let's see. All right, so when you're called on stage to receive your white coat today, stop, pause, take a deep breath, walk slowly across the stage, and allow yourself to really feel the pride and the joy that comes with achieving this type of milestone. You've earned it. And so before we move on to discussing my tips for clinical year, I would like to ask for one more round of applause for our class of 2025. But of course, this is just the completion of your first phase of PA school and the first step in your professional journey. It is now time for you to put to work the skills and the knowledge you've developed on real patients. Yes, actual patients with actual health concerns, where your decisions have actual consequences. Real exciting and somewhat scary stuff. As is tradition for this speech, I'm going to give some advice on making the most out of your clinical year, though I do want to preface that I am by no means the model clinical student, and I struggled myself many times during my clinical education. As I searched for something meaningful to say today, I decided that a good first step to becoming a PA was understanding really what a PA was. And although this sounds like a simple question, many of you will soon find out on rotations that what a PA is and what they do is really not widely understood. Many patients will give you a look of confusion when you introduce yourself as a PA student, with reactions that range from calling you a doctor to thinking you're the medical assistant taking vitals. Even our national association has struggled to portray what a PA really is, having voted to change the official naming of PA from physician assistant to physician associate in 2021. Yet despite this challenge, being the ambitious student that I am, I decided that I would attempt to define what PA really stands for in an attempt to help you become fantastic PAs during your clinical year. And in doing so, I came up for 5 definitions of PA that I think will be helpful for you in your clinical time. So here we go. What does PA stand for? PA stands for pay attention. Yes, you heard that right. And yes, I know this sounds obvious, but paying attention really isn't as easy as it sounds. As PAs, we have the incredible privilege of spending direct time with patients. We get to share in our patients' successes and help them address their biggest concerns. Sometimes we may be really the only listening ear that they have in their lives. So it's vital that we always give them our undivided attention. So what does paying attention look like in your clinical year? First and foremost, just be present. When you're talking with patients, please actually listen to what they're telling you. Pay attention to the tone of their voice. Pay attention to their body language. Too often as students, we find ourselves trying to either check boxes to finish up what we're doing or write down every single word verbatim that they're saying without really listening to them. Please fight this urge. Remind yourself that every patient that you see is there for a reason. These are real people with real problems. Second, pay attention to the rest of the staff around you. Learn the names of the nurses and the medical assistants and the secretaries. Ask them if there's anything you can help them with. These professionals have so much to teach you, and they can really enhance your learning if you'll make time to get to know them. Finally, pay attention to your preceptors. In clinic, pay attention to how the preceptor interacts with the patients. How do they establish rapport? How do they conduct themselves? When you're in surgery retracting for the 15th time that day, pay attention to the surgical technique the surgeon is using and the order that they're performing the surgery. Does what they're doing make sense to you? Why are they doing it in that way? How are they driving that needle? And at what angle? And at what depth? There is so much to be gained in the silent moments, so always pay attention. What does PA stand for? Pay attention, prepare ahead. Now again, you're probably thinking, but Alex, we just spent the past 15 months preparing for these clinicals. Isn't that enough? And to that I say, no, unfortunately not. Although our program does a phenomenal job in preparing you for the clinical practice, the field of medicine is just far too vast to master everything in this amount of time. As PAs, our profession demands that we are always learning and always improving our skills to keep pace with the ever-changing field of medicine. So what are some ways to prepare ahead during your clinical year? One is to take time to review the topics that are relevant to the rotation that you'll be starting. So if you have pediatrics coming up, review well child exams. Surgery coming up, please review sterile technique. Know that the goal isn't to have it mastered before you start the rotation, but just to familiarize yourself with the key concepts so you can hit the ground running. In rotations where you have access to the EMR, I suggest looking at your next day's patients and reading the chief concerns. Do you have an idea of how you would work those up when it comes up tomorrow? Do you know what labs you might want to order or what questions you should ask? If not, make sure you're familiar with it that night. And then ultimately, I advise that you use this year to experiment on how you're going to fit continuing education into your life as a professional practicing PA. Because again, you've entered a field where you're a forever lifelong learner. What does PA stand for? Pay attention, prepare ahead, please ask. As PAs, our profession is predicated on the idea of team practice and being a part of a healthcare team. We are trained to work with physicians, nurses, and other providers to provide optimal care for our patients. Our profession recognizes that we don't have all the answers and that we must rely on others and be able to humbly ask for help when it's needed. So what does please ask look like in your clinical rotations? Anytime you have questions or unsure about what you should be doing, please ask. There are really no bad questions, though I will say that there are less optimal times to ask questions. If the preceptor is using a treatment plan that's unfamiliar to you, ask them about it. If the preceptor asks you to perform a skill that you're a little uncomfortable about, ask them to walk you through it. Get comfortable with asking for help because this is the reality of medicine. A second part of please ask is to never be afraid to ask for opportunities that enhance your learning. If there's a particular skill you're wanting to learn in the rotation, be upfront with your preceptor so that they can be on the lookout for it. If your preceptor isn't having you perform certain skills or having you work up patients, ask them how you can start doing more. The worst they can say is no. Just don't be too timid with your training because you ultimately only get 1 year. All right, what does PA stand for? Pay attention, prepare ahead, please ask, be a patient advocate. As healthcare professionals, PAs are expected to always have the patient's best interests at heart and to advocate for the patient when they're unable to do so. The importance of patient advocacy also holds true for you as students during your clinical year. Though as a student, sometimes it can be hard to speak up because you may be doubting whether the concern you have is valid, or you may be fearful of rocking the boat with your preceptor. But you have to remember that your job is always first and foremost to advocate for what's best for the patient. So what are some ways you may have to advocate for the patient during your clinical year? If you have concerns about the treatment plan that's being recommended for the patient or that it might harm the patient, voice those concerns. If you see somebody break sterile field by accident in surgery, please speak up. When others around you are speaking poorly of the patient's background or reason for seeking care, advocate for the patient. When you make a mistake that could harm the patient, admit your mistakes to ensure that they get the care that they need. Finally, what does PA stand for? Pray always. Now, for some of you, the idea of praying may sound like strange advice, but just hear me out. As PAs, you will be facing and helping people through immense pain and sorrow and loss, incidences of accidents and trauma that leave you wondering how could something like this happen, incidences where you do everything right and yet the patient still has a bad outcome, incidences where you make a mistake and must face the guilt that inevitably comes with it. These moments can be extremely taxing if you don't have a healthy way of coping with them and can lead to apathy, cynicism, burnout. So I encourage you to think about how you're going to cope with these challenges so that you can continue to serve your patients while also making sure to protect and take care of yourself. For me, praying for my patients and for myself in these hard times was my way of coping and lifting up those things to a higher power. So as you prepare to venture out into your clinical education, I encourage you to pay attention, prepare ahead, please ask, be a patient advocate, and pray always. In doing these things, I believe you will become a phenomenal physician assistant, physician associate, PA. And with that, I give you one final congratulations on your accomplishments and look forward to working with you as future colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. I loved every part of that. That was amazing. We should have been taking notes. All right. Well, the white coat is placed on the student by a member of the medical profession. PAs Courtney Keeter and Elizabeth Edwards will present the coat to each student on behalf of the faculty of the University of Dubuque. In addition, some students have invited a member of the medical profession who has contributed to their personal development as a healthcare professional to join them in the presentation. Will those medical professionals please make your way to the ramp right over here so that you will be able to come forward when the student's name is announced. Students, at this time, I will have you stand and move to the ramp on that side.
Students, as your faculty, we are proud to present you with this symbol of the profession and the university. Kevin Armbruster. Kevin is from Council Bluffs, Iowa, and completed his Bachelor of Science in Emergency Medical Services from Creighton University. Assisting in the ceremony is his father, Dr. Robert Armbruster, cardiologist. Sydney Ayers. Sydney is from Ames, Iowa, and completed her Bachelor of Arts in Health and Human Physiology from the University of Iowa. Madison Bolkin. Madison is from Anamosa, Iowa, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Biology from Iowa State University. Maddie Bowers. Maddie is from Mineral Point, Wisconsin, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Dubuque. Alicia Brickle. Alicia is from Chilton, Wisconsin, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Applied Health Sciences from University of Wisconsin, Parkside. Emily Bowie. Emily is from Sioux City, Iowa, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Human Physiology from University of Iowa. Assisting in the ceremony is her sister, Lynn Bowie, BSN and RN. Emily Karazi. Emily is from West Bend, Wisconsin, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Biology and Spanish from Carroll University. Taylor Evans. Taylor is from Urbandale, Iowa, and completed her Bachelor of Arts in Biology from Wartburg College and her Master of Science from Case Western Reserve University. Assisting in the ceremony is her mother, Cindy Anderson, pharmacist. Madison Farrington. Madison is from Marshalltown, Iowa, and completed her Bachelor of Arts in Biology from Central College. Allie Flint. Allie is from Hampton, Iowa, and completed her Bachelor of Social Work from Creighton University. Carolyn Frett. Carolyn is from Des Moines, Iowa, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Human Physiology and Bachelor of Arts in Biochemistry from University of Iowa. Anjali K. George. Anjali is from Morton Grove, Illinois, and completed her Bachelor of Neuroscience from Nova Southeastern University. Assisting in the ceremony is her father, Sonny K. George, respiratory practitioner. Alexis Jensen. Alexis is from Jessup, Iowa, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from Loras College. Assisting in the ceremony is her sister-in-law, Taylor Weissler, radiologic technologist. Olivia Kelzer. Olivia is from Waconia, Minnesota, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences from University of Minnesota, Rochester. Jared Thomas Court. Jared is from Stevens Point, Wisconsin, and completed his Bachelor of Science in Biology and Business Administration from St. Norbert College. Assisting in the ceremony is his mother, Michelle Court, occupational therapist. Isabella Kutsa Panagos. Isabella is from Rockford, Illinois, and completed her Bachelor of Arts in Pre-Medicine and Classical Studies from Augustana College. Assisting in the ceremony is her brother, Nicholas Kutsa Panagos, firefighter and EMT. Ashley Lukey. Ashley is from Olathe, Kansas, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology and Integrative Physiology from Kansas State University. Alexis Markley. Alexis is from Beloit, Wisconsin, and completed her Bachelor of Applied Health Sciences from the University of Wisconsin, Parkside. Assisting in the ceremony is her mother, Tracy Markley, social worker. Thea Kathleen Mock. Thea is from Spring Valley, Illinois, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences from Marquette University. Abigail McGrain. Abigail is from Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Assisting in the ceremony is her grandmother, Jean McGrain, registered nurse. Nishita Patel. Nishita is from Carroll Stream, Illinois, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Illinois at Chicago. Brianna Runksmeyer. Brianna is from Armstrong, Iowa, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Biology from Grand View University. Tegan Schneider. Tegan is from Plymouth, Wisconsin, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Biology from Lakeland University. Pardis Shahamat. Pardis is from Thousand Oaks, California, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology from San Diego State University. Assisting in the ceremony is her mother, Shabnam Karamati, blood bank clinical laboratory scientist. Amanda Rodriguez Cifuentes Smith. Amanda is from Chicago, Illinois, and completed her Bachelor of Arts in Social Work from Loras College and her Master of Social Work from the University of Michigan. Assisting in the ceremony is her sister-in-law, Sophia Smith, registered nurse. Kennedy Smith. Kennedy is from Iowa City, Iowa, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Psychology from Loyola University, Chicago. Nolan Strang. Nolan is from Shullsburg, Wisconsin, and completed his Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Science and Chemistry from the University of Wisconsin, La Crosse. Erin Tupy. Erin is from Lakeville, Minnesota, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Biokinetics from Bethel University. Kristen Williams. Kristen is from Corona, California, and completed her Bachelor of Science in Biology from Maryville University in St. Louis. Assisting in the ceremony is her brother, Matt Williams, occupational therapist.
Don't they look great in white? I would ask the members of the University of Dubuque PA class of 2025 and all of the PAs who are in the audience today to stand and recite the PA professional oath, which can be found on the back page of your program. I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and dedication. I will hold as my primary responsibility the health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all persons who seek my care. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of practicing medicine. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast of advances in medicine. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I will respect my professional relationship with the physician. I will share and expand my knowledge within the profession. These duties are pledged with sincerity and upon my honor. Class of 2025, please stand. And turn toward the audience.
Friends, family, faculty, and staff, it is my pleasure to present the University of Dubuque PA class of 2025. So as a reminder, we are going to be taking your group photo directly following the ceremony. So when we recess out, we'll walk you over for the group photo, and then family and friends, we will meet you out in the atrium for the reception. However, at this time, I would like to invite President Frampton back to the podium to please close the ceremony with a blessing.
So, Alex, that was a great presentation and word to us all. I want to add number 6 for PA. Proud applause. So I bring a blessing to you. As we conclude this meaningful ceremony, let us go forth in a spirit of gratitude. May each of you who wears the white coat walk into your future with courage, embracing the challenges ahead with resilience, wisdom, and compassion. May you find strength in the knowledge you have gained, humility in the trust placed upon you, and joy in the lives you will touch and heal. May you always be reminded that this is not just a profession, but a sacred calling, a commitment to serve with integrity, empathy, and respect for the dignity of every person. So go now, inspired and empowered, to make a difference in the world, to bring light where there is uncertainty and healing where there is pain. And may you be supported by those around you, guided by those who have come before you, and strengthened by the purpose that led you here today. May peace and grace accompany you on this journey. Many gifts, one Spirit. Amen.